Welcome to Let's Fly VFR, and today we're going to check out both the Robins from the XP-FR and the Aerobus stables. Let's go flying. Welcome to Let's Fly VFR. All in X-Plane 11. Props, jets and much more. All done in real world weather. Let's make it as real as possible every flight. Subscribe, like and leave me a comment. Look forward to hearing from you. As we power up, how much rudder does it move around? Quite gentle. Fairly stable, which I like. Aircraft, I'm requiring a little bit of rudder, but not a great deal. Just to keep it going. That's me, not the aircraft. Just want to see what would happen. So as we get to the top of the whites, let's climb out and we'll keep runway heading. The wind is about 8 knots from 2 to 8, I think the wind is. So we're heading down, and we're just trying to maintain circuit height here a little. So I'm just in the roll. Look, it's not really sensitive. I'm using fairly much full stick deflections to get it to roll at that rate, and I think that is for me, I would expect something like that if I would go back and compare it to, say, the Jabiru 230, which is a 120 horsepower 6-cylinder model of the Australian-built Jabiru. It would be somewhat comparable to that, the way it feels, the way it rolls. It does have that a little bit of initial inertia, but and I'm getting 32 frames at the moment, although you can't see that. It's on the with the shadow plates just showing that to me. So it's doing all right. Let's have a little look out to the left. And where are we? There we are. Okay, let's turn left. If you remember the Adelaide Grand Prix, that was held down at this corner as we're turning down in this area here, down through the parklands and back onto the main roads here, up and around. I think this was called Stag Corner here. It was a really interesting place to watch the Grand Prix cars come flying through. Looking left, because this is where the approach path is. You know, if you're here in the centre of town, and we have I've put some buildings down here. We have the museums down here, and the old hospital down here, and down here's the new hospital. We have the stadium, Adelaide Stadium. It's changed a lot. It really doesn't look too much like that, but I wanted to put something there, and the church as well. It's one of those little tourist spots in Adelaide. Getting an alert there. I'm not sure what that's for. I didn't hear what it was. Unless it's... I don't know if we have TCAS. We may have a jet come zipping past us on our approach. Hopefully not. So, quick look from outside. Let's just have a look how it looks. Nice and stable. It hasn't got the 4K textures, as I mentioned, but no, it's nice. Okay, let's see if we can get it down on the ground in one piece. So I hope you like this comparison. It's nice to be able to do this and just show you what it looks like. So, you know, if you want some entertaining videos and you like a range of different flight simulators, Crash Lobby is a really great channel. I've been chatting with him on and off just in the messaging. If you like something there, it's very entertaining. Looks like there's something sitting on the runway just taking off, so we're going to follow something in. Let's get some flaps. down. That leapt to the left really quickly as I dropped those flaps down. It was a bit vicious. I had to catch it with a lot of right roll. Okay. So be a little careful when you put the flaps out on this one then, guys. So there's a lot of people hanging around there waiting to take off. I am holding a lot of right aileron. I'm not sure why that would be. Looks like someone's ahead of us. Oh, that was a bit hard. And ready to go. Okay, let's roll it up, power up. We'll see how much rudder I need. Sounds like the whine of a turbo there. Needing a little bit of right rudder to keep it straight, and we're certainly accelerating well. And it's a lot noisier than the other aircraft. I hope my voice is coming through okay with all the noise. Let's climb away. Racetrack down there. Come down for the Adelaide Cup. So let's continue to head out. So let's talk about the how does it feel? It is nice. It's good in the middle. It does seem to bounce around a little bit. You know, it's not like we've got any turbulence happening. I haven't kept it as nice on the altitude. Let's descend a little. It does seem a little bit pitch sensitive. That's about the only thing I would say about it. The fact that it feels like it's sitting on you're sitting on a seesaw, and it's balanced and it's bobbing up and down a little bit. I probably wouldn't expect that. No, going back to aircraft like the Jabiru, which it would compare to, I'm sure, short of the fact that the Jabiru was high wing. You know, wings and performances and stuff are not too indifferent. And it just does seem to move around a little bit. I'll just try and trim it hands off and see how we go. Wants to roll a little right, but that could be my joystick too. And again, I'll use the mouse. We have a little look around Adelaide City again. So we're following the same path I'm going to follow with both aircraft. Let's try it at low speed. Let's see what it's like when we back the power right off. Okay, rolling wise, yeah, not overly sensitive, which is really good and what I would expect from it. Try and get the nose up a bit as we slow down and we come back into the white zone. Okay, we're getting close to stall speed now, so let's just see how that goes. There's a stall warning, and it's wanting to drop a wing. It danced pretty quickly there, and like you were on the back of your seesaw, I guess is the best, and it looks like it was going to fall off. So that's it's okay though. I think that's pretty acceptable. I would have thought maybe not quite so intent on dropping a wing. That would get you into trouble on a landing. You could get yourself into trouble very quickly there. Set the power up a little bit. We're getting close to the stall, which is we're back in the 50s here. We want to be really in the 60s. I do like the engine noise. It's probably more realistic than the XPFR model, but I guess you could always turn the volumes up if you wanted to, but aircraft are generally quite noisy. Happy here in mid-60s. Seems fairly stable. Again, pitch-wise, I just rock it. Seems pretty good. Roll-wise, not too bad. Just need to descend a little bit. Let's get some stuff off there. See if we can make the landing a little better than I did in the XPFR version. Still a little bit high on the approach, but that's okay. Saw factories over there to the left. It feels nice and stable. It is pointing a little bit to the right, so it's just being affected by the wind, which is coming in from just off to the right anyway. And let's flare, hold the flare, power off. Hold that nose, and yeah, not bad. Nothing scary. Nothing scary. So out of those two aircraft, what did you think was your favourite? I'd say certainly the Aerobus certainly wins hands down on the pretty level. You know, its textures and stuff are really great, and having the G1000 and everything is fantastic. Going back to steam gauges in the XPFR version, well, it doesn't matter. I've only ever really flown with steam gauges, so I find the glass displays a little bit different. But the overall handling characteristics, I think the XPFR is actually a better flight model. I think it is more realistic than the Aerobus version. The Aerobus version seems just a little bit more sensitive, and its willingness to drop a wing at its slow speeds and when you drop the flaps. I don't think that is particularly realistic, and I wouldn't think that would be a characteristic you'd want in a real live aircraft. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you again very soon. Let's make it as real as possible every flight. Subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. Look forward to hearing from you.